So hello student, welcome back, and today we are going to look at this lesson that we already finished until here. Previously we talked about phenotype, genotype, and allele. I hope that you still remember. So what is the difference between phenotype and genotype?
An organism.
And then what is phenotype?
Phenotype is the physical characteristic shown in an organism.
Yes. So if you still remember, let's take this one. Genotype and phenotype. Let me adjust the marker pen, make it thicker a bit. Okay, genotype from the word gene and phenotype from phen. I think that is one of the easiest way because phen usually for physical, P for physical. So what are the physical characteristics? So we can look at for example, the phenotype. Either it's a physical, if you know physical, something that this is called physical, I can touch, right? So maybe you say usually in the question will be blue eye, black eye, long hair, short hair, tall, short, yellow skin, black skin, whatever. Okay, it's a physical characteristic of in the organism, and genotype is G for gene, is the genetic information. So that's why you see the genotype is the TT and TT, and this TT dominant, and they are consist of dominant and either dominant gene or recessive gene. So these are the common question that the exam will ask, and sometimes students confuse what is phenotype, what is genotype, because it looks the same, and students confuse between meiosis and mitosis. But we are not going to do that because previously we already did mitosis and meiosis. But if you have time, please read and know the process of mitosis and meiosis and why. Where was I? But there is the previous video lah, so we are not going to go back to the previous video, though I feel that the student already forget, and that's why we need to read and read and read again, and watch the video again and again if you want to. The reason is sometimes when we read one time, it won't go into our long-term memory, so it go to a short-term memory, so we are very forced to forget one thing. But when we read again, by consistent reading today and then maybe tomorrow and then tomorrow again, at least read little bit, then it will go to the long-term memory. Then when the exam come, you are prepared and you still remember what you read. Last minute usually it won't work lah, because it go to your short-term memory, and you tends to forget because it is supposed to be the short-term memory. Okay, so yeah, I would recommend you guys, if you got trouble in remembering, I will always recommend students to draw picture and stick on your room. I know it will be very ugly, but it will be helpful. So you might want to draw mitosis, meiosis, the diagram, and then you choose somewhere you stick, because if you draw, you are drawing it, you usually remember what you draw. You don't print from Google, because when you print from Google, you are not drawing it. So you draw the mitosis, the thing, this picture, you summarize it lah, don't draw so many things. You summarize it. Where's my mitosis, meiosis, the process, this one. Okay, this is the mitosis. You can see or not, so many. That's why I say this is one of the hardest chapter, remember. And after that, there is also a meiosis. So you where's my mitosis, parophase, blah 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 blah. Where's my mitosis ah? So you can try lah, find this is mitosis, meiosis. Oh, this is mitosis. Oh yeah, this is mitosis. So you just highlight the keyword lah, the important keyword. Don't write everything. I think the picture is the most important lah. So actually the word is explaining the picture. So you just draw this thing, and then this word is explaining the picture. So even if you are forgetting the word, you still remember the picture and you can explain the picture, means you can write all these notes. So you draw this thing out, stick on your room. You stick. Very ugly lah. Your room will be very ugly, but it helps. Okay. Then after that, your sejarah notes, your science note, you continue. Every time you brush your teeth, you look at the note for a while. Brush the teeth, then you wear your shirt, you look at the picture a while. Then you will easily remember the information. And last minute, you no need to do so much of last minute revision. But you will, of course, you will sacrifice lah. You will say, very lazy. I want to change my shirt, also read the notes. But life is like that lah. If you sacrifice a bit, then you get something low. You get A, you get B, you get C. Then you must sacrifice low. If you want life to be easy, then of course there are something that you won't have low. If you work hard, then you got certain job, you got certain money, and then if you not so life is like that lah. We need to sacrifice something. Okay, where was I? Okay, so this is phenotype. As I said, as we already mentioned, phenotype is physical. So the father is normal, mother is hemophilia. So what is hemophilia? If you still remember, where's my hemophilia? So this one, hemophilia, that's why you highlight the word. Producing blood clotting factor, wounded, means that if the person got blood, then the blood won't stop, then the person will die depending on how severe it is. So the mother is the patient of hemophilia. Thalassemia is red cell blood deficiency. So you highlight lah if you want to. So next time when I read the notes, I no need to read the whole sentence. I just read thalassemia, red blood cell, blood deficiency. Hemophilia, produce blood clot factor, wounded. If you already understand the concept. Okay, so father is normal, mother is hemophilia, got blood issue. Is this a carrier? Yeah. So this is not only a carrier, he himself is the one that has this disease, which is called hemophilia. How I know? Because there is a recessive H and recessive H. Because you two of the small H, can you see or not? The top here, there is a small H at here. So of course, if you have big H, small H, probably you won't have recessive. You understand or not? I hope you understand. We already go through many times. Because big H is normal, and then small H is hemophilia. So this one H is hemophilia, small H is small H is hemophilia, big H is normal. And of course, big means dominant gene, H means recessive. So the dominant gene will must, like why this one don't have hemophilia. So we answer like the dominant gene will mask the effect of the recessive gene. So the mother is just a carrier. The mother is not the one with the disease of that does not display the disease of hemophilia physically. So but for this, we know that it's small h. So we know the mother is a person that has hemophilia and is a carrier, and we want to know whether the son or daughter will have or not. How many chances of the father or mother has hemophilia? So what we need to do is we just draw this out. Usually exam won't ask lah, because this one is more difficult. I don't think the exam will ask question like this. Usually they will ask the top part. I don't want to scroll up lah, but usually the exam they will draw this for you. Okay, but regardless, to understand the concept is crucial. H, X, H, and Y. I just draw this down back. This one XH. Okay, so XH, XH, XH. Then mathematics you use times. This one times this one, XX, this one times this one, this one times this one, this one, this one. So you will get XX is means girl, girl is XX, correct or not? So daughter, daughter, no issue. XY means is a boy. XY is a boy, so this is a boy, this is a boy. So the chances that we have baby is always XX, XX, XY, XY. The chances that you always have boy and girl is 50%. So it is I would say it's very fair lah. No need to scared too many girl in the world. No need to scared too many guy in the world. Because if you study mathematics, probability from 4, from 5, no matter how you do, because you are putting 4 ball into the box, you need to take 1 ball and you ask 1 million people to come. There's a 1 box, 2 blue means it's a boy, 2 red means it's a guy. Even 1 million people take from the box, eventually by probability, you will still get around 50%. So 50% of the world population will be always boy and 50% of the population will be always girl. So there is no need to scared. But of course, I always sometimes I Google, I find that there people want girl eat what, people want boy eat what. You need to eat something, so you have the boy, or you eat something, or you do something, so you have a girl. But I don't know whether it work or not, but it's not proven, huh? But if you want boy or girl, you just have many baby lah, so the chances are you will still have 1 girl or 1 boy. Okay, probability game lah, you put 4 box, you want the 2 white, 2 black, but you only take white, so you do 1 more time, so you do again, and you get white again, it's a girl. Then you do many times, sure 1 chance you will have another gender. Okay, so XH, XH, XH. So this one is called the carrier, huh? Understand or not? This one is called carrier because you got big H, so the dominant gene will cancel the effect, not cancel the effects, I say mask the effect of the recessive gene. So this will be called the carrier. No issue, the son no problem. Daughter also will be the issue. Big H, small h will be the carrier. And this one, you see, there is assuming here is small h. Here didn't write lah, huh? It didn't write means nothing lah, huh? So this one, the son will have hemophilia, and this one, the son will have hemophilia. So if the mother is the person that has hemophilia, because for girl, if you want to have hemophilia, you must have 2 recessive genes. So in this diagram, like mathematics we learn, I would say that 100% of the boy will have hemophilia. 100% hemophilia. Hemophilia. I'm using my touchpad, so it's difficult for me to write. Hemophilia. 100%. And 100% of the girl, if you born the girl, the baby is born is girl, you won't have 0% and 0% hemophilia, because we see sure is carrier, sure confirm is carrier, so the chances for boy to have hemophilia is higher, depending on what the question will ask. So so the question will ask like this lah: how many chances got hemophilia, how many chances that the person does not have hemophilia. Okay, so since you are ready, maybe I can ask you some question. Maybe I want to ask, what are the chances the baby has hemophilia? What are the chances the baby has hemophilia? So maybe you can pause the video and try to figure out the answer. What? 50 or 80%? Why 50? Why 80?
%% is because the 2 son is Hemophilia.
Okay, and then why 80?
I don't know.
No lah, okay. So yeah, if you manage to get the answer, well done. Of course, the answer is 50% because the question asks how many chances your son will have. I mean your children. I shouldn't say son. I say your offspring will have hemophilia. So according to this, sure you have four chances of having uh, baby. So here is 50%, 50, and here is 50%. So of course the chances for your son to have hemophilia is 50%. Okay, according to here. Of course you won't have 4 baby lah. You may see, wow, got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, teacher, what is this? I don't understand. Then I got 4 baby. No, you don't have 4 baby. The reason is because you undergo, you only has one ovum. You have one ovum, and the cell will divide, and it only form one baby. Unless you have 2 ovum, then it will duplicate. But the ovum will choose either one. Okay, in the meiosis process, it will choose either one. Okay, so see lah, see your luck. Okay, so yeah, so that is why we need to be careful. Okay, where was I? um how do we how do we identify gene disorder? Okay, so of course gene disorder disease can be identified through hemosynthesis. Okay, so we can see identify through amniocentesis and karyotyping. Okay, so this one we can method we can use to what, to identify abnormality in the chromosome. So probably you can identify it before the baby was born, whether the baby got issue or not. But how, but it's due to ethical issue lah. I sometimes I'm wondering if you find your baby got issue, whether you want to abort the baby or not. So you can see that we can know the baby abnormalities at 15 or 20 week. So 15 and 20 week means the baby haven't born yet. So the parent will know whether the baby got problem, whether you want to say that the baby have maybe Down syndrome, hemophilia, thalassemia, and so on. So you will know. But of course easy to know is easy. But of course the sign will not ask one question lah. Maybe we'll ask in a K-bar question whether should a parent abort the baby. But I think in Malaysia context, I think no lah. In Malaysia, but I'm not sure whether Malaysia you can abort baby or not, because you as a parent you know that the baby got problem already. But you feel that but it's a life if you take out the baby out, then the baby will die. So are you killing somebody by removing the baby from its mother's womb? So it's a very ethical question. But if you don't remove the baby out, the baby will come out, it will cause the parent's life to be difficult, and the son life also difficult. But some people can overcome lah. So who are we to decide? So many ethical issue. But I don't think the question will ask. But we know now we can check 15 or 20 weeks early. So a needle penetrate the abdomen uterus. You collect some fetal cells, take some cell out, put in the fridge, and you check whether got problem or got abnormalities or no abnormalities. Okay, So example, fetal cell, you incubate it and you wait for it, check in the slide, and photograph of the chromosome is cut and arranged in the form as karyotype. This karyotype is used to detect gene disorder disease. So it's a very complicated process. Not I don't think the process will be cheap as well. But it's nice lah. This is the modern technology. Last time I teach science, this is not in the textbook. So recently they add this into the textbook already. So application of genetic research to improve quality of life. Let's say lah, I ask lah, if the doctor check the person baby got problem already, then the doctor ask the parent, should you abort the baby? So what do you think the parent should do and why?
Problem can be solved, then I think it 不需要 abroad.
How about if the doctor say the son will have Down syndrome and there is no cure? Down syndrome means the hand short, the brain big a bit, but it is so what do you think the parents should do and why?
I think she can choose to abroad it.
Oh, the reason?
Because 我讲华语啊，
Yeah.
因为如果他生出来的话，会很辛苦照顾，会发生很多事情。
Yeah, okay lah So it's a difficult question to answer. Even I myself do not know, but many things to consider is I mean maybe due to religion mindset that I think we cannot kill people so the baby is still alive, and I'm not sure lah, we need to look lah, but for me I would say probably no lah because it's a life lah. I believe it's a life, and yeah, it will be a difficult life for the parent and the son, but it also will be a beautiful life. I think the parent will enjoy it. That's why some parent with Down syndrome, they say, some people say I hope the parent there's a quote from a parent. He said, I hope every parent will have a son with, I forget already, autism or Down syndrome or severe autism, and then they will see how beautiful is the children. So this parent can handle it. So there's no right and wrong answer. I mean, depend on your reasoning. Unless you one day you become a doctor, then you heal people. Then you need to talk to people. Then you need to think again. Okay. So if there's no question, then we are going to take a short break, and I will see you back by maybe 9 o'clock. Okay.